In 1944, a single aircraft turned the tide of the skies over Europe, with unmatched speed, devastating firepower, and a design that could stop the Luftwaffe cold. But it ain't the aircraft that you're thinking about. This is the Hawker Tempest. This aircraft earned its place as one of the deadliest fighters of World War II. But how did this beast of the air dominate where others failed? Born out of desperation to counter Germany's newest weapons, the Tempest wasn't just a fighter, it was a nightmare for enemy pilots and a saviour for ground troops. Today, we'll uncover the secrets behind its unmatched performance, the battles it shaped, and why it remains a legend to this day. Stay tuned, because the story of the Hawker Tempest is far more than you've been told. Welcome back to the war. The Hawker Tempest wasn't designed in a vacuum. It was the result of Britain's urgent need for an aircraft capable of countering the Messerschmitt Bf-109 and the Focke-Wulf FW-190. By 1942, the Hawker Typhoon was struggling. It had speed, but lacked agility at high altitudes. The answer? A complete redesign. The Tempest Mark V emerged as a sleek, lethal machine, armed with four 20mm cannons and powered by a Napier Sabre 2 engine. It could reach a blistering 432 miles per hour at sea level. To put that in perspective, it was faster than many German jets during low altitude dogfights. And did you know the Tempest was so fast it could catch the infamous V1 flying bombs? Keep watching to find out how it became the ultimate interceptor. By mid-1944, Germany unleashed its vengeance weapons. The V1 flying bombs. These unmanned missiles terrorised London, killing thousands. The Tempest was the RAF's only fighter fast enough to intercept them consistently. Pilots would dive at breakneck speeds, timing their shots perfectly to detonate the V1s mid-air, or even use their wings to tip the bombs off course. One ace, Wing Commander Roland Beaumont, destroyed 32 V1s in just 6 weeks. Imagine piloting a Tempest, chasing a V1 at 400 miles per hour, knowing one mistake could mean disaster. Could you handle the pressure? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The Tempest wasn't just a bomber hunter, it was a dogfighter that left the Luftwaffe reeling. Its speed and firepower made it nearly untouchable in the hands of skilled pilots. In their chaotic battles over Europe, it shot down everything from FW-190s to the feared Messerschmitt Me-262 jet fighters. But the Tempest's deadliest battle wasn't in the skies. Stick around to learn how it became a legend for ground attacks. As the Allies advanced in Europe, the Tempest turned its guns on German armour and supply lines. Its devastating strafing runs disrupted enemy movements and crippled their war effort. Tempest squadrons destroyed hundreds of vehicles, from tanks to trucks, turning the tide of battles on the ground. But with great power came great risk. Tempest pilots faced deadly anti-aircraft fire and had some of the highest casualty rates among fighter units. One Tempest pilot's story of survival against impossible odds will leave you speechless. Keep watching. Flight Lieutenant Pierre Klosterman, one of the Tempest's most celebrated pilots, on a mission deep in German-occupied territory, Klosterman found himself ambushed by heavy anti-aircraft fire. His Tempest took multiple hits, losing hydraulic systems and part of a wing. With his aircraft barely responsive and German fighters closing in, Klosterman made a bold decision. He flew low, skimming treetops at over 300 miles per hour, using the terrain to evade pursuit. Against all odds, he crossed enemy lines and brought his crippled Tempest back to base. His daring escape not only saved his life, but also proved the Tempest's resilience and survivability, even when pushed to its absolute limits. Now imagine yourself in Klosterman's shoes. Would you trust your skill and machine to pull off such a daring escape? Despite its achievements, the Tempest often plays second fiddle to the Spitfire in popular memory. Yet without the Tempest, the Allied victory in Europe might have looked very different. The Tempest design inspired future generations of fighters, blending speed and firepower in ways that influenced Cold War aircraft. Do you think the Tempest deserves more recognition than the Spitfire? Let's debate in the comments. The Hawker Tempest wasn't just an aircraft, it was a game changer, a weapon of war, proved technology and bravery could turn the tide against overwhelming odds. Its legacy lives on, not just in the history books, but in the design of modern fighters. And speaking of modern fighters, there's a new Tempest in development, a 6th generation aircraft set to redefine air combat. Equipped with AI, hypersonic weapons, and unparalleled stealth, the Tempest is poised to dominate the skies once again. If you want a deep dive into the future of air warfare and the new Tempest, let us know in the comments. Hi soldiers, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check back in again soon. That's an order.